We are back on the record with Congressman Keating.
You are a former district attorney, law and order guy, if you don't mind my saying so. So when the CEO of bankrupt Steward Hospital fails to show up after being subpoenaed to a Senate committee hearing, what does that say to you?
It says to me he's hiding things, and he doesn't want to come forward with that. It says to me he's in trouble beyond this, maybe in civil or criminal kind of trouble afterwards. But it also says that he's among people, including the House Chairman of the Judiciary Committee, Jim Jordan, who refuses to abide by subpoenas, which they're required to do under law.
And it appears as though there will be a vote this week to begin the process of holding him in contempt. Do you think that message needs to be sent here?
I do, on a couple of fronts. Number one, his excuse is poor, that he's going through a bankruptcy. That's not an excuse. He can avoid anything that would be legally a difficulty there. But also, does our rule of law mean anything anymore? But also on the issue itself, our healthcare system. Their model that was looked at with such favorability early on has shown itself with tremendous weaknesses, where they can extract the value of the property, even extract the value of the professional combinations of doctors, and just peel that the way they would a big organization comes in, takes the assets of a company, and then sells them all off to make money for their shareholders. And that's exactly what's going on. We can't do that in healthcare. The Spotlight team of the Globe did a great series on people died as a result of what they've done.
There have been heartbreaking stories, as we have shared on News Center 5. Before you leave, I want to touch on two things. One, as Sharma mentioned, you as a Norfolk County DA, you work closely with the state police. After years of scandals, Governor Healy actually looked outside the agency for a new leader for the first time that's ever happened. Do you agree with her choice in that?
Well, I think it's also a result of, in 2020, the law changed. Prior to that in Massachusetts, you had to work, the colonel had to come from within the point. So this is really the first time this was really available. So it wasn't the fact she deviated from tradition itself. She had the opportunity which other governors hadn't had before. And I think you just do everything you do to get the best person. I learned being a DA, and I learned working with the state police, the hierarchy is important. You have to have a chain of command at the top. And if that chain is strong at the top, it'll be strong all the way through. If you don't have it, it won't work. More than the tone, just the norms, the behavior, everything.
All right, the Cape Cod bridges, we couldn't let you leave without asking you about that. They are in your district. Earlier this summer, the delegation announced another $1 billion in funding, but a lot more will be needed to replace both of these bridges. Are you confident the money's going to be there?
I'm confident, but I think this election will affect that. We have to continue on funding our infrastructure in this country. I didn't believe this until I fact-checked it, but someone told me in the 4 years Donald Trump was president, there wasn't one infrastructure project that moved forward. In 4 years.
Not one.
Not one. It's hard. You have to work at that to have that not happen. And when he was elected, honestly, in trying to say, all right, maybe we can get some things done, the one thing I thought, well, maybe he can move forward on infrastructure because it's crumbling around our country, and maybe we would work with that. So I'm concerned about the election, but I also think if that goes forward, we'll be able to do it. It's an enormous price tag, $4.5 billion for the two bridges.
Yeah. Will House control make a difference?
That'll make a big difference. And by the way, we'll have the second command,
House control.
As Catherine Clark, if that changes, and that won't hurt either.
Which could certainly, right. Congressman, it's great to see you.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Our thanks to Congressman Bill Keating this morning. Sunday Roundtable is next. Can we shake on it? Well, she stepped right over the midline and reached out for his hand. We will break down the presidential debate and what the campaigns will pivot to next. Lots to talk about. Stay with us.